Now, checking in with what's going on with our energy sector, certainly the latest news is this Ribadu report that came out, and it was actually published in the media last week. Now, looking at the report, it's saying Nigeria has lost tens of billions of naira in dollars in oil and gas revenue. What's your take on this report?
Well, Uche, it's quite clear that Nigeria has lost tons of dollars, okay, to all kinds of fraud in the oil and gas industry. And the issue of fraud in the oil and gas industry is not new. My concern, though, is that it's taken 1 year through several audits, to come to this point, and we still do not have any convictions or laid any of these issues to rest. I think it's frustrating the entire industry. I think the process is slow, and I think small businesses who are caught up in this imbroglio are being killed, and I just feel that when justice is delayed, it's really denied. I would like to look at those parties that might really be innocent in this process. It's gone through the Senate probe, the House of Rep probe, the Okoronkwo panel, the EFCC, then now Ribadu, and we still do not see the light of day in how these things will close. I think the federal government needs to bring it to close, bring some credibility into that industry, and let people basically do business.
Well, we're hearing that President Jonathan is asking everybody to actually submit this report. So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, that means that the government certainly may be taking it seriously.
Well, I mean, the government is just not President Goodluck Jonathan. The Minister of Petroleum had asked for a report before, or when she sent it to EFCC. I just feel that the country has been quite slow in reaching some conclusion at this. It's nice to note that the president is asking for this report, but you see, this is not the only report on this. There are several reports, and no one has come out to tell us that the former reports are not credible. I think that we should put in some seriousness to it. We should ensure that the Nigerian enterprise, especially in this sector, begins to grow again. Right now it's flat. They've created so much sensationalism into this. The banks are severely restrained. There are queues in the petrol station, as I said in past interviews. And I think we need to really go forward and stop dancing around this point.
Okay, well, Sam, let's take a look at what's sort of checking on what's going on with the whole subsidy debacle now. Of course, subsidy payments was a major issue. What we're hearing now is that actually some of these subsidy fraud cases that are being prosecuted may be compromised, of course, with payment of bribes to some of the court judges. What's your take on suddenly these concerns that are being leveled right now?
Well, the truth is that the concerns for bribes has always been there. It is because of bribes that this subsidy fraud could even get through in the first place. I mean, for there to be a subsidy fraud means there were all kinds of corruption at the ports, at the tank farms, and all of this position has all government agencies, EFCC, DPR, and everybody is there. Now, if after all that process, with auditors coming in and approving these things, we still say there's fraud, it is little surprising that there could be claims of corruption in the entire process. But my view is that irrespective of the claim, we should just focus on what needs to be done and just do it.
Well, let's check in on what's going on in our power sector, Samuel. Now, last thing we heard, the NCP approved the 10 DISCOs and the 5 GENCOs. Can you give us any more updates in that area?
Well, basically, I would say that we are not out of course in terms of the timetable. The NCP just came out to approve the winners for the DISCOs. I feel it's a sign in the good direction. I see a lot of firmness on the Enugu DISCO. I mean, the regulator did come to say there were inconsistencies with the preferred bidder's bid, and unfortunately, the NCP still confirmed that. But my view is that NCP is in a position to do so, and I believe they will have considered everything. I think the good side is that NCP puts its stamp of authority on the table and let the process go forward. I do not think we should mess up the entire process because of one DISCO. I think we should move forward, and I think it's something in the right direction for the NCP to take a decision, keep the timetable in focus, and we are going ahead.